Hello peeps, Hillbilly Halfwit, how are you today? Well, we're going to talk about Powys County Council in a minute, but I'd just like to thank everybody for asking how her missus was. She's back home and very sore, I have to say, so she's got to take it easy for, well, a month at least anyway. So anyway, thank you for saying the nice things you said. So what we're talking about here is, when I was on Facebook last night, I made a comment on the Powys County Council thing because basically one of the reform councillors has asked if they could have a Dodge person in the council, totally unbiased to any party, just looking for wastage, and the Powys County Council have voted that down, so they're not allowing it to happen. So when I saw this, I put a comment up there because I know this. I've looked into this myself in one of my previous videos, that Powys County Council are really in debt up their eyeballs. And I also found out they were spending 90 million on basically climate related things, because they try and hide it by calling it different names. But it's basically 90 million Powys has roughly for their climate budget. And they were roughly 90 million in debt when I last looked. So the abuse I had off the comments off the people there, so I thought, I'll have another look now. So I spent about an hour looking for this information, and only to find out that Powys County Council are 283 million in debt. And I'd forgot. Come on. I'd said the wrong number. It wasn't 90 million, it was 283 million in debt. So then I'm trying to find out where this money is being spent. And I know it was 90 million because I found out before, because basically what they're doing is they're spending it under different names. So they're doing active travel and cycle things and everything else. But they're actually trying to hide it using different names. So it isn't all under climate spending. And I'd found 90 million myself then. So anyway, so I'm looking into this and I'm thinking to myself, how have they got themselves in such a pickle? Come on, girls. And then I'll go through it in detail when I got time. Basically, ChatGPT came back with a lot of the figures, and what they're doing is they're forecasting the spending ahead of time. And there was a lot of bump coming back to me, and then I'm suddenly clicked on what they're doing. So this isn't just Powys County Council, this is all councils in Wales. What they're doing is, why they're in such a mess, they are using next year's budget to pay for this year. So they were a whole budget overspent. So the debt is absolutely ginormous in reality, but they're hiding it so that they can't pay for things this year. So they're using all of next year's budget, and they're allocating that money to pay for this year's budget. They're a year behind. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. And that is why the councils are voting against having a Dodge there. They're voting against having outside people like forensic accountants in there, because it's a huge fraud. Like I've told you, in Powys alone, but it's the same in most of Wales, the council tax has risen 21% since 2021, just here. So that's 20% in a few years. It's disgraceful. And then the mismanagement in the council itself is so bad that they're actually using the money that allocated for the year after to pay for this year's stuff. But they're basically bankrupt. Any other business that would do that would be bankrupt. And in a fraud investigation, wouldn't they? Because somebody is lying in a huge scale. Absolutely huge scale. So I haven't done a video on it yet, because I'm going to do a real detailed video on this to show everybody, because loads of the people who commented me, so what I did then was I screenshotted the actual figure as it was, so 283 million, and put that up, and funnily enough, it shut all them commenters up, and they because most of them think the budget is all balanced. It isn't balanced at all. It's a whole year out. Go on, girls. That's my dogs, by the way. So it's fraud on an industrial scale, really, and the people in charge are trying to hide and stop people looking at why it's so massive debt. So say they've got something that they've allocated for. Say they've allocated for some. Come on here, Elle. Hold on, somebody coming now. So please subscribe. Ta-da.